What if your exhaustion, brain fog, and low mood aren't just in your head, but quietly rooted in inflammation your body has been fighting all along? It often begins in silence, not with pain or a sudden jolt, but with something quieter, a heavy kind of tired. The kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix, the kind of fog that clings even on clear days. You wake up and your body feels older than it is. You try to focus, but your thoughts don't line up the way they used to. You reach for coffee, sugar, something quick to lift you, but the lift is shallow and it doesn't last stand. Somewhere in the background, you start wondering if this is just what life feels like now. But what if this isn't age or personality, or just another phase of burnout? If there's something deeper, quietly whispering beneath your skin, something invisible but persistent pulling at your energy, dulling your emotions, clouding your clarity. This is how chronic inflammation works. Not always loud, not always obvious, but present beneath the surface of your everyday. We often think of inflammation as redness, swelling, pain, something you can see or feel right away, like a twisted ankle or an infected wound. But inside the body, it's different. It's slower, sneakier, and far more patient. It can begin with stress. It can begin with food. It can begin with a restless mind, a lack of sleep, a gut that's overworked, or a life that never pauses. In when it starts, it doesn't stay in one place. It moves quietly through your systems, through your bloodstream, into your brain, into your mood. You might not feel sick exactly, but you don't feel well, not deeply well, not vibrantly alive. And that in-between state becomes your new normal. You feel irritable, disconnected, foggy, anxious, without a reason, sad, without a story, exhausted by simple things. And maybe you've tried things, affirmations, cold showers, planners, books. You've tried being positive. You've tried pushing through, but nothing seems to touch that undercurrent, because the real root might not be in your habits, but in your cells, in how your body is trying every day to fight a fire you cannot see. Inflammation doesn't just live in joints and muscles. It lives in your gut. It lives in your brain. And the brain, when inflamed, doesn't think clearly. It doesn't feel calmly. It reacts. It spirals. It shuts down. There's a name for it: neuroinflammation. It's not a term we use in everyday life, but it's something many people carry unknowingly. When their thoughts feel scattered, when their emotions feel exaggerated, when everything feels harder than it should, inflammation clouds the communication lines between your gut and your brain. It disrupts the balance of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, the very messengers that help you feel joy, focus, peace. And when these messengers are off, so is your mood. It's not that you're broken. It's not that you're lazy or unmotivated or ungrateful. It's that your body is busy fighting something it can't keep up with, and your mind feels the weight of that invisible battle. So the question becomes, what's feeding the fire? Sometimes it's stress, long-term, simmering stress that you've learned to live with. It wears different clothes, deadlines, emotional labor, relationship strain, overstimulation, even the stress of always needing to be online, alert, available. Sometimes it's the gut damaged, inflamed, leaking tiny particles into your bloodstream, particles that your immune system sees as enemies, triggering inflammation that spreads far beyond digestion. And often it's food, not just junk food, but foods that your body doesn't process well: refined sugars, seed oils, ultra-processed snacks, artificial additives. You might not feel the reaction right away, but over time it builds. Inflammation doesn't come in with noise. It gathers like mist until suddenly you can't remember the last time you felt clear. But here's the quiet hope. Inflammation may start silently, but healing can too. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. You don't need perfection. You need softness, consistency, and an understanding of what your body truly needs. To cool the fire, start with your plate. Food isn't just fuel, it's communication. Every bite tells your body what to do next. Some foods tell it to fight. Others tell it to calm down. Anti-inflammatory foods don't just reduce swelling, they restore balance. They soothe your gut, support your liver, clear your brain. Think in colors: rich greens, deep berries, golden turmeric, omega-3 rich walnuts and seeds, cold-pressed olive oil, fatty fish like wild salmon, herbs like ginger and basil, warm broths and fermented foods. These are more than nutrients. They are peace in edible form. They speak to your immune system and say you can rest now. And it's not just what you eat, it's how. Slowly, consciously, away from screens, chewing fully, giving your body the space to process and absorb what you give it. Let meals be moments of presence. Let rest become sacred. Because sleep isn't just about recovery, it's anti-inflammatory medicine. In deep sleep, your brain clears out toxins, your cells repair, your immune system resets. So protect it. Wind down earlier, dim the lights. Let silence be your medicine to wand. Then there's movement, gentle, nourishing movement, not punishing workouts that leave you depleted, but calming walks, stretching, yoga, tai chi movement that massages your lymphatic system, boosts circulation, and helps inflammation flow out instead of staying stuck in. Finally, choose peace when you can. You won't always be able to avoid stress, but you can learn to soften its impact. Breathe slowly. Create boundaries. Say no when you mean no. Say yes to rest without guilt. Let go of urgency. Let go of proving your healing doesn't need to be loud to be real, because the real transformation happens in small moments. One breath at a time. One calm choice at a time, one bite, one step, one pause at a time. And in time, your clarity returns, your energy rises, your joy flickers back on, not all at once, but quietly, gently, like the inflammation that once dimmed you only now. It's healing that spreads. Instead, let this be your invitation, not to push harder, but to soften deeper. To trust that your mind is not separate from your body, and that both deserve to feel light again.